Hi, welcome back to the podcast.
Still doesn't have a name, but we got money though.
We got many, I got hoops, so
BBS Diamonds, yo. You know who this is.
WKJ.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a hard day for a couple
It's
of days
hard, not life.
because we actually edited
First
the
two.
first two podcasts,
So this,
which
you
took how many days? 2 days?
like a
day?
2 days.
2 days. Yeah.
Yeah, basically 2 days. But the feedback suggests it's been going well though.
Shut up.
Feedback suggests it's
No,
been
let's
going
be
well.
honest here, Jamal. We have no feedback because we haven't put anything out yet.
The feedback, we like it.
Yeah.
Well, then,
That's the priority.
that's all.
We
That's all that
edited
matters.
it like how we would want to hear it, or like
Yeah.
entertaining for us.
Until we manage to get a bigger interface. Stop messing with things in front
We
of the
can't
mic, man.
open it.
Lean back and struggles. Anyway, I'll talk. Up until the point we'll be able to use my sample pad that I talked about in the first episode. Well, we need a bigger interface for that. We spent all the money on chains, so you know.
Stop it. Can you pass me the scissors? We had scissors this whole. Forget them. Yeah. Bluetooth off. Bluetooth.
Yeah, so we spent all the money on the chain, so it should have gone into a bigger interface so we can sort the other issues out.
Prioritize our
But we're at that
pain.
beautiful point in the evening where
Beautician hours.
yeah, man, being so handsome and things like that, it doesn't come for free. Putting the work, which is what we've been doing over the last 3 days. With day 3,
It's not. Is it 3D?
it's 3 days.
3D.
Because basically, what we've started is just a fitness and general health improvement regime between the two of us. Started on Monday. That wouldn't mean anything to you because it might be.
It's whenever you.
We started on a
on-
Monday.
Yeah.
Started on a Monday. We are now on Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm putting on eye mask. If
Yeah. So 3 days in. Been running daily.
well.
Daily.
Yep.
And we try to take it back to what we used to do as well.
Yeah,
Because
kickboxing.
yeah, man,
We realised we used to be ridiculously well
and fit.
because trying to do that now is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I can't breathe. When I tell you my back is in so much pain, and this is day 3.
Yeah, man. But with kickboxing though, we started it. I remember we started it in. I think I was in year 5 or 6. Might have
Was
been
it like? I don't think it was that young.
it was.
I felt I was 9. I'm sure that's.
Well, that's 3 years before year 7. So you were in year 4, which means I was in year 6.
Mad.
Yeah. So I started in year 6, and started off training normally. Started off with going through the belts.
Yeah, we did. We tried to do. Well, the first time we tried, we did like a half of the belts, and then we tried again, and we only could get up to 2. Well, I personally get up to 2. So we've just been focusing on.
Oh, I'm talking about. I'm
Oh.
going back to
Oh,
talk about
the original.
the original kickboxing story. So started off year 6. Well, I started off in year 6. Worked up through the belts as we went through school, which was lit. We used to train at our school building in the sports hall as well. So the company that we trained with, BMKA.
Shout out.
Yeah, big
Right.
shout out.
And all the man them.
Yeah. So got through the belts, got up to first Q, which is brown, black stripe.
Yeah, the first. Try.
Yeah. Just before we were about to like start actually training for our black belt, and I went to uni, I think.
Yeah.
So that was 2 years ago now. So we've been out of it for nearly 3 years. And fitness, technique, all of that since then has gone
Down,
down, out of
left,
the
right.
bin,
Yeah.
in the bin.
But it's good getting back into it, feeling your body.
Literally, man, and trying to work that flexibility back, get the
Yeah.
technique right.
But anyway, let's get on to more exciting topics because that was
But we're just, I'm talking about like
updates.
our fitness thing as well.
Oh yes,
That's see, I'm getting there.
right.
So with
Sorry.
the kickboxing, we stopped it for 3 years. We're back on it now. A couple of days in, few days in. We're actually trying hard. Like we've been doing the techniques and stuff, trying to make sure those are correct, and then we'll do pad work.
And then abs.
Yeah, and then heavy ab workout with medicine ball, all of that. Resistance bands.
And then to cool, well, it's not even to cool down. It's a different type of workout, which is yoga. We do at the end.
Yeah.
Which is a nice like circle, back to breathing.
Yoga language.
Yeah.
And to go from not doing anything for the past few years or doing very minimal exercise or a lot of exercise and then nothing for a long period of time to go to this workout, it's a big jump. But it's, I think in the next 2 weeks we'll actually start seeing stuff.
Hopefully. If not,
we have good genetics, so.
Well, yeah, but it's easy for us to like lose weight or like cut, but then to maintain that is where the struggles come in.
Can't be fat forever.
Well, not really. Anyway, so I was just looking at our little topic list that we wrote down, and I was just thinking we can either go down the route of church.
What to do with church?
Anything. The stories. We've got the idea of church, religion. We could go down the political route. Or we could go down the school route. Talking about subject choices, school stories, stuff like that.
What do we want to reflect on first? Maybe
This is a long pause, Jamal.
I know we'll edit it. It's all right. I was thinking in my head like,
it's gonna be a long. This is why I'm.
Let's go with keep it simple. School.
Okay. So we went to high school. So from year 7 to, for me, year 13, which includes sixth form. So I went straight through, which, has its ups and downs because I didn't have to, get used to a new environment for the last 2 years of like technically school or like sixth form in like a new like environment or college or whatever. But with that comes with having teachers that I've known from year 7 also maintain those opinions until 18. So how old did we enter school?
Year 7 we started 12.
12. So I've been at school since I was 12, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Long time.
It's ridiculous. Something like 7 years.
I was counting and then I gave up. But I'm pretty sure it is like 7 years.
Yeah. Which is... Anyway. Talk about some...
7? That can't be right. Anyways, whatever.
Year 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 7 years.
Oh, right. Quick maths.
No.
So, the school we went to was Highfield School in Wolves. Not really a shout out. We just went there.
Yeah.
It was what made it lit was just being with friends in that type of environment. everyone who's been in a secondary school, like you have to make friends in those situations. If you don't make friends, then you won't survive it. Basically,
Is that your advice?
Make friends, don't die.
not necessarily, but it's just that's what made the whole process of school easier. Because like especially with being in year 11, where you have like 12 different exams. I do 3 exams with or more with uni now, and that's tough. But 12
You had
exams with different topics and subjects.
12. You only had 12.
You said you had 11 last time.
I have 11 subjects, not 11
Oh, yeah.
exams.
It was 12. It was 12 subjects and 15 exams.
You only had 15 exams. That's not
I
right.
can't remember.
It was more than 15 because I had for GCSEs. What did I take? I took geography, history, PE, and then obviously you have English lit, English language, English,
It's just 2 English.
maths. Yeah, maths. What else?
Calculator,
Sciences.
non-calculator.
Yeah, but I'm
That's
just going through subjects first before I go into the exams.
Bio, chem,
Bio-
physics.
Yeah, is that it? I think that's it.
PE. For me, it was PE, geography. I did
Spanish as
history.
well. This is for
Spanish.
GCSEs.
GCSE only.
Yeah, go on. List your subjects.
Same maths, English, science, which is 3. PE, geography, Spanish. What else was there? Citizenship.
Citizenship.
I got an A.
Wasted time. I got an 8, I think.
And that was it.
Also, and then when I tell you I couldn't tell you a single thing from any of those subjects now, like as maths, couldn't tell you. Science, other than, I don't know, some random physics equations. Like gravity. When, who, what, where, and why will I have to calculate gravity on another planet?
I don't work in NASA.
It doesn't. It baffles me. It baffles me how much information I learned that I will never utilize ever in my whole entire existence.
To narrow it down, what is the worst subject, basically? What was the most waste of time?
The most waste of time.
Yeah.
What did I do? It. I would say. I was gonna say Spanish, but it's not. It's the way. It's the way school teaches Spanish that it's like. You can't. It's not how Spanish people use Spanish, or like you wouldn't say these things in a conversation. We don't learn. Oh, I need. You know what I mean? And because it's so like linear and like exam. You don't. To have a conversation, you don't really have to say these specific verbs in this specific. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I wouldn't say it's completely useless because like I still can say hola.
Nice. That's how many years of Spanish did you have? Like 4, 3,
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 5 years of Spanish.
5 years of Spanish, and she could say hola. Nice. That's sick. Well, for me, the most wasted time was probably English. I hated English with a passion.
English language, I hated. English
Both of them?
literature. Yeah, but you had dead books.
But even I actually enjoyed like reading the books for the first time. That was great. I loved that. I think we had advice of Mice and Men, Inspector Calls, and
Inspector Calls was
something
dry.
but I like the dramatic aspect. I can't
It
remember
wasn't
if there
dramatic
was.
because before that everyone had talked about what happens in the book. It's like from the start of the book you kind of know what's going to happen. So then every single essay that we wrote, it was just the same thing and the same thing and the
So
same.
I'll get to that. So literally the process of doing those books and like the exam for it and things like that, all we did was learn the book back to front.
Yeah.
That's literally
And
all
the
we did.
quotes.
And when I don't know the book anymore. I chose not to remember the book because it was a waste of time. And I don't.
Inspector. We had to remember the whole last page or something like that of Inspector Calls.
Why?
Uh,
Waste of time.
Which also doesn't make sense for English literature because it was not an open book for GCSE, but for A level you have the book, and for any other exam, like
for A
English
level,
based.
For some people that I know who did A level English, it was the same thing, just more essays.
But like, in what world will you, if you like going into a degree with English? Surely you'll just have the book. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Yeah. Or you'll Google it.
This is
simply.
like, it doesn't make sense for me to remember the whole book or the whole play because we had to learn. I did Macbeth for GCSE and Inspector Calls and Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. So we had to learn like 50 quotes from basically every single character in like 3 different books.
Trash.
Macbeth I liked. When shall we 3 meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain, when the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won. See, Macbeth was sick though. Macbeth, I can rate Macbeth. I just blanked.
I was creating an ambience, that's why.
Macbeth.
Ambience. Continue.
Yeah, Macbeth was sick. I have to rate Macbeth because it's just a vibe, and you've never read it. And
I have. I've read several books. I just don't remember them.
You don't remember Macbeth? I'm not gonna spoil it. Just read it we're in quarantine.
Spoil a book that has been out for how many years?
Sorry. Who's reading Macbeth?
Exactly.
It's
not a spoiler.
No, it is.
No, it's not.
No. Do you know how much stuff happens in Macbeth?
Summarize it right now.
Summarize Macbeth.
Go.
So, witches come to Macbeth. Chat-wise, he's like, okay, I'm gonna be a bad man and run things. Wife comes in, then kill off everybody. Then ghosts come in, backhands Macbeth. Everyone's like, rah. Then wife kills herself. She's like, she's dead now. And then Macbeth asks the witches for another prophecy. He gets all cocky, and then he gets beheaded and dies because he acted like a bad man king. See? And that's just the overview. That's just the overview. You're welcome.
I learned nothing. English was a waste of time, basically.
Yeah.
My favourite one was probably PE was trash because we had rubbish teachers. Mr. Burks. If you ever listen to this, Mr. Burks.
Oh,
waste, man.
Don't even acknowledge
Waste,
Jamal.
man.
It's okay. It's all right.
So that was trash. GCSE PE as well. Had him as well. Waste of time. Maths was interesting. Mr. Brewer made maths fun.
I had treble.
Because he always doubted me and Levy because we were in the same class.
Yeah.
Only 2 black guys in the class, but we would answer all the questions, whether we got it right or wrong. But then we'd learn from it, innit? And then everyone else in the class also learns from our answers. So like we were just like the big prompts in the class. But that it was fine though, because we had a rapport with Mr. Brewer, the teacher. So it was okay to do that.
I never had him.
Yeah,
It's quite sad.
Yeah, he was good. But he didn't push us really. He was just like, just do your best, and it's okay. That's fine. But like for me, I wanted him to be like, man, you can get better than a B. You can get an A star, fam. Like what you doing? But he wasn't pushing, but supportive, but not elevated.
We know, yeah.
But
I think I give me a second. I just blacked out. I just blacked out for high school, to be honest. I don't remember much.
See,
I don't remember much of my own life.
That is true. But then as you go, what I'm finding now, as a strong young man that I am, like the more you go through it, you kind of like reflect back. I think that's why everyone's obsessed with everyone who's older is obsessed with reflecting, because there's parts of your brain that you'll just go through in like you just float through like school. You really you kind of float through. You remember things, but it's here like
Burning.
yeah, we'll see. But yeah, like you remember different things here and there, but like as you get older, you start to reflect more and think about those things in school that like were influential on your life, what did actually help you and things like that. Which is it's an interesting concept. I don't think the crackhead show that I watch on Netflix, the Midnight Gospel, I actually love that show because they
We
actually
talk about all the time,
only the last 2
yeah,
days.
which feels like eternity. Do you mean the crackhead? The crackhead. The crackhead.
But yeah, it's
They're
sick
crackhead.
though because like they have proper conversations. Like the one that I watched maybe yesterday or the day before is talking about how the industry of death is a thing.
Well, obviously, you make money off anything.
I know, but like they talked about like the historical things, and I didn't check it, so they might be lying to me, whatever. But it sounds right, so I don't really care. Like
What?
So they were talking about the historical beginnings of how the industry of death began, as in like how morgues started, how funeral homes started, and how like people's minds towards death
Jamal,
is an
pause.
interesting thing.
Did you know the YouTuber Morgs?
Yeah, I've heard the name.
I just realised. Anyway. Morgs.
Does he kill people or something?
This is why I'm a bit concerned.
Poor guy.
No, it's not poor guy. Anyway.
Yeah, but you might be called like Morgan or something like that. You're right,
True.
Morgs.
True, but it's a bit unsettling now you've gone into the industry of death.
I guess.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah. Industry of death. So that was interesting. And what makes the show interesting is that they kind of talk about these serious, not serious, but conversations that you don't
Rarely
normally
happen.
have. That you have to actually listen to be able to understand like what's going on. Well, to understand the conversation. But the visual makes no sense. Oh, it does make sense.
It's just random.
It's not even random.
Illustrations.
It's not random though. Like it's connected to different things.
It links to the audio, but like
you have to think.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I do like that type of idea.
Engage your mind, engage your brain, engage your thyroid glands.
Exactly. Hypothalamus and that.
Sure. Anyway, that was high school. I don't really remember anything from high school in particular, other than like people running into walls. Because Harry Potter. Oh, that was funny. Because
your year was so weird.
We were on crack. When I tell you the school pumped crack into the building.
That doesn't make sense, man.
Oh, it was so funny. So funny. And like
I think our year is the most respectable year. Yeah, we've got some criminals as you do. We've got some criminals, some fraud people, some hoes, some gangsters. Not gangsters, but roadmen. We've got some smart people who fell off. Got some smart people who fell on. We have a mix of people, but our year was kind of sick though.
Well, yeah, it's fine because it's just annoying because I was below you, and so we always compared to the year before you did this. Okay, that's nice. All right.
That was the same for us. I'm pretty sure that's the same for every year. They tell you the year before did so and so, but like doesn't matter. They're not you, so it shouldn't make a difference. You should just do what you need to do anyway.
True, but also because you're you and right, Jamal's the popular one, right? You cannot.
Very true.
It's actually true, and it's
very true.
Irritating to be the younger sibling of the
Jamal!
honestly, and it's not even me being dramatic, it's truly from little children to adult men to midwives.
Yeah. What can I say? My friends span from all genres. And that is because I think the main reason why that is, not really, but through basketball. Basketball is the main thing, because the point where you came into school, I think, is when we kind of started to have younger
Hitting them.
players, like year 7 and 8. So below
When you
your
started
year and
teaching.
below. Yeah, where we started like teaching the kids and stuff like that. Because there were so many kids coming that they'd copy what we were doing in those sessions. And they'd always ask for like advice and things like that. So we just ended up flipping it on its
Bothering
head.
everyone.
Yeah, man, we were literally big bros to the whole school. So yeah.
And then
just the
because I
influence
was
came
your
from that.
actual sister, I knew the actual dynamic. So when I saw these little children, I was just like, he's not God Almighty. He actually chats was 90% of the time.
But they knew that.
Yeah, but because you also played basket, I didn't. They idolized your basketballness. So they're like, whenever he chats was, it's like gold coming from the sky. But like, it's just was. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I can't say things now because I'm not in that silly mindset. But when I'm in the silly mindset, I can say something in the most serious way. Like, yeah, I'm not. I'll surprise you later on.
Because it would just come out just
nowhere.
in there. And because I've gotten so used to it that I'll just glide over it and I'm like, wait, what? Did you just...
Exactly.
It's just absolute stupidness. And then, what's his... Oh, some stupid teachers just got on my blessed nerves about my hair in school.
Talk about it. Put on my blast.
And it's Karens. You know who you are. Get in your lane. Why you... Basically, let me go back to the start.
Yeah.
In my high school era, I like to experiment with my hair. Yeah. So braids, like a little bit of colour. So not my whole head in like, I don't know, neon green braids or something. But like I would have like a little undercut or like strand of like blue or grey or whatever. Or I would have my afro out or whatever.
You weren't allowed afros at school.
No, because it was
Too distracting.
when it's like
I'm black. What do you expect?
exactly.
You think I'm gonna be born with straight hair?
It's just not going to happen.
Karen.
It's truly Karen. And the fact that people are like, oh, don't call me Karen. You're being a Karen by telling me not to be a Karen.
Karen.
Anyway. So, I had my long, braids just done in, fresh from like 14 hours of braiding, watching, I don't know, CITV. And I had a little bit of grey under my hair. And I was waiting to go into an exam. And the, what's her name? Head of my year at the time comes up to me. And I'm like, what is it now? She she grabs underneath my hair, pulls it out. Not out of my scalp, but as in to pull it on show. And she's like, oh, what's this? This isn't your natural hair colour. What's going on? This is a natural, it's nice, but, it's not acceptable for school, I just
Karen.
Blonde hair that is
No.
Your grey hair that
Her
is
grey
dyed
hair,
brown.
which she had. Can we just mention that this woman had? Do you remember the clip?
Are you on about if?
Yes.
When
She had a clip. She had weave herself. So I was like, confusion. Can you? Because I was in a state of shock because I was concentrating because I'm about to go in an exam. So this just took me off. I was like, I'm trying to concentrate on the exam and you're just coming up and gripsing me. What's going on?
Basically, he grabbed you by your throat.
She did. She pushed me against the wall, strangled me, and I died.
And here we are.
In heaven. This is heaven. This is where we are.
God.
And then
Know
what's
what
his?
it is, bro.
And then one time after that, I had blue hair. It was
Blue.
yeah.
But in that same time, there was a neon green coloured girl.
That's true. A
And
lot of
this-
white girls will be walking around with bright neon hair, bright eyebrows.
No eyebrows.
No.
Mm.
And I had little two-strand brand, two-strand brand of braids, and then the head of maths came up to me and was like, "Oh, has anyone told you about your hair? Sorry, you're bald. Move. Where's your hairline?"
His hairline ends at his neck.
This is what I mean. At his, not even his neck, his hairline at his batty crease. Move.
Nah, he's probably got a hairy back. He's old.
That's true.
Yeah, tramp. Shave your back.
And the fact it was
Now, pause. Imagine his back hair is long enough to plait.
That's disgusting.
So he has one long
Cane
braid
rose.
down his back. That is disgusting.
Aw.
So his coccyx is actually
A tail.
a tail.
It's gone reversed from
He's an ape. A homo.
say
Not sapien. Sapien.
do. If you know the answer, comment down.
Know what it is, bro. Know what it is.
So yeah, there was a lot of things like that from the teachers, and then there would be like little comments from students commenting on my hair, and I'm like, "Who are you? Where do you come? Where do you go? Can't I, Joe?" Well, I feel like that's racist in some way. It just feels wrong.
Cotton-eyed Joe.
It just feels wrong.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't-
deep in it, and there's a
it's-
lot of malicious content, malicious intent. That's what I was going for. Malicious intent behind that. Where did you come from? Where did you go?
I just
And
don't
it's
like
the country style as
it.
well.
Yeah, it just feels racist.
Cotton-eyed Joe. His name is probably Kwame. His real name is Kwame. But they called his
Joe.
Cotton-eyed Joe.
Racist.
Mm.
It probably is as well, which is sad. Can't
Like
even
Baba Black Sheep
picking on the black sheep for racism.
and the
What's the nipper?
Swanley Dove.
Huh? Swanley doves. What's that?
I don't know.
You just made-
There is
See, what?
there is one. There is
The ugly duckling.
The ugly duckling. Swan-eyed doves.
That's just not it. Well, I don't think that was racist. I think it was just
Yeah, it was picking on just the odd one
the
out.
ugly one.
But
The
it's
duck
not
was
ugly.
just clapped.
It was beautiful on the outside and inside.
Wait, what was it? It was a
So-
swan in with ducks, and it became a swamp. It
Spawned.
spawned into a swan.
Yeah. It's like
Rebirth,
the
butterfly.
chicken and the egg. Either way, they get eaten. Simple. And hopefully you wash and season your food.
Oh, oh.
Let's go.